Welcome to the Camp Nou for Football Club Barcelona's traditional curtain raiser to the season, the 48th edition of the Camp Trophy. And we're going to see an excellent match tonight. Football Club Barcelona welcoming to their stadium Inter Milan, the champions of the Italian League last year. And tonight's celebrations tinged with sadness due to the tragic death yesterday of Antonio Puerta, Seville and Spain's talented 22-year-old left-back, after collapsing on Saturday's opening Spanish League match. There's a heartwarming tribute for him. Barca have come out tonight wearing the Seville shirt as a special homage to Puerta. Also, of course, this evening, we've been giving a warm tribute to Nicolas Casaus, former vice president of Football Club Barcelona, who died this summer, aged 94. Lining up for Barca this evening, in goal, Jorquera. In defence, Zambrotta, Marquez, Oleguer and Abidal. In midfield, new signing Touré, Deco and Xavi in a double pivot. And up front, Ronaldinho, Henry and Giovanni Dos Santos. For Inter Milan this evening, the lineup that Robert Mancini's brought along. Not all of his big stars are here, but Toldo's in goal. In defence, Rivas, Cesar, Burdisso, Chivu, Solari, the rather well-named Portuguese player Pelé, Cambiasso, Adriano and Crespo. A wonderful atmosphere here in the Nou Camp tonight. It's absolutely full to the rafters, and the fans will be looking for spectacle, hoping that Barca can play a little bit better in their first home match this season than they did in Barca's opening 0-0 draw in the league on Sunday in Santander. Frank Rijkaard not for the moment lining up the four fantastic players, the fantastic four, of course, Henry, Ronaldinho, Messi and Eto'o. But with young Giovanni Dos Santos getting his home debut, I'm sure we'll be seeing some spectacular football this evening. A minute's silence now for the memory of Antonio Puerta and also Nicolas Casaus. Well, there's the minute's silence over in the presidential box. Jordi Hereu, the mayor of Barcelona, and Mr. Montilla, the president of Catalonia, there next to President Laporta of Barca. As the match gets underway, and straight away Abidal on the left wing. Nice little touch to Ronaldinho on the left side. There's Henry getting his first touch of the ball. Deco just losing out there to Pelé getting his first touch. Inter Milan playing from right to left, all in white. Not, of course, the best colours to choose to come and play in the Nou Camp against Barcelona, as Cesar just knocks the ball wide to Burdisso, and Inter Milan failing to get the ball out of their half. There's a long ball forward, looking for Crespo, but well defended by his compatriot Zambrotta for Barca. Now Yaya Touré with the ball just outside Barca's penalty area. Returns it to Zambrotta. And a long ball forward from Mexican Marquez, finding Henry just inside the Inter half. Nice little touch from Deco. Henry breaks down the left. Overlapping is Abidal. Henry pauses just on the corner of the box. Finds Deco again. Now Abidal on the left flank. Back to Deco. Deco challenged by Feza, but he finds Touré Yaya. Now Xavi He's got Zambrotta overlapping down the right. He chooses Deco instead. Deco to Ronaldinho, but Burdisso was there to challenge him. Season tournaments, their tours of Scotland and the Far East, and the 17-year-old has been very impressive indeed. It's a big day for him today. As I said earlier, it's his home debut here in the Nou Camp for Barca. Also today he's just become nationalised as Spanish and has picked up his Spanish passport at lunchtime today, so he won't be taking the place of one of the extra community players, as Jorquera finds Zambrotta deep inside the Barca half now. Zambrotta challenged by Crespo. He holds him off, flicks it into the middle. There's Ronaldinho. He plays it wide to Abidal. Finding Deco. Deco in the just inside Inter's half. A long ball wide, looking for Giovanni. He manages to keep it in, but it's intercepted by Feza for Inter. And now Inter Milan beginning to push forward. Inter, of course, the same as Barca, having started their domestic season with a draw in the first match. A little bit disappointing for them, but this really is Champions League level football, as Feza now picks up the ball deep in the Inter Milan half. A long diagonal board forward looking for Solari, but Zambrotta was there to cover, and it'll be a throw-in to Inter Milan. Frank Rijkaard, the coach, already off his bench, giving instructions to the Barca players. Nice play there from Solari, but he's being challenged well by the young Mexican Giovanni Dos Santos. Played back to Burdisso, picked up nicely by Touré Yaya. This is Ronaldinho, challenged very strongly by Pelé there, but he managed to get the ball free, and it moves out to Henry on the left. Moving well inside the Inter Milan half now. Henry takes it past one, but the second challenge just too much for him. Abidal picked up the rebound, and the ball finds its way to Ronaldinho. Now this is Xavi for Barca. He finds Giovanni. Xavi again. Barca looking to pick up the rhythm a little bit. Xavi plays the ball wide to the left. It's the new signing Abidal. He's impressed very much in the pre-season matches. Deco now for Barca, chips that one forward. Giovanni's onto it, just inside of him Zambrotta, but Rivas was onto it quickly. Once again it's Barca. Ronaldinho finding Giovanni Dos Santos nicely, and the return pass came off Burdisso, and it's the first corner of the match for Football Club Barcelona. Barca, you can see they're just having a little chat with Dos Santos. Ronaldinho, nice for the young man to get some of his experience. Most of Inter are back inside their box now as Xavi takes the kick. It's swung wide, headed out by Rivas, only as far as Henry. Henry now turns. Still Henry, moves inside the box. Well, that's a nice cross, but on the far post, Zambrotta just couldn't get there on time, and the ball all the way, crossing all the way for a throw-in to Inter Milan. And already Barca looking quite electric this evening. That was a great little run from Henry. Nice cross, but both Zambrotta and Marquez a little bit slow to get onto it. These two teams have played each other 7 times, 6 times in official competitions, as Xavi picks that one up. Now Dos Santos in the box, he goes down. The crowd behind the goal appealing for a penalty. The referee's having nothing of it. But that was a very, very electric run by the young ex-Mexican. He does look very dangerous indeed, and he's going to be challenging for a place among those fantastic 4. Great pass from Xavi, just inside the box. Giovanni took it past Feza, and it looked to me as though the Brazilian defender caught him, and Dos Santos went down. It is a penalty. Ronaldinho, 1-0 to Barca, and that's a great start to the Gamper. Ronaldinho, after 7 minutes, scores the first goal. He didn't want to celebrate it in deference to the memories of Antonio Puertas and Nicolau Casals. Puertas' death at 22 has really cast a shadow over Spanish football this week. Sevilla's match in the European Champions League pre-match was cancelled yesterday because of the tremendous effect of the news of his death, and Ronaldinho sticking the penalty away with giving Toldo no chance whatsoever. It seemed to me as though the referee hadn't actually given that one, but Ronaldinho placing the ball on the spot and sticking it into the right-hand corner. 1-0 to Barca. Barca, as I said, have played Inter 7 times, 6 times in official competitions. Barca have won 4, drawn 2 and lost 1. And this is the second time Inter have been the guests for the Gamper tournament. In 1996, Barca beat them 2-1. On that occasion, goals from Guardiola and Pizzi. Well, after 7 minutes, Barca have started well and they're 1-0 up. This is Adriano losing out to Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho tries a shot from the halfway line, and it's not too far over the top. And Barca clearly in very aggressive mood this evening. They haven't been particularly happy with the result of their first match of the season, that 0-0 draw in Santander. And they're obviously looking to show the fans that that was just a slip-up. As Inter Milan, through Burdisso, move forward. That's a long ball forward, looking for Cambiasso, but he can't control it, and it's a goal kick. Albert Jorquera, dressed all in orange, the Barca number 2 goalkeeper, lining up tonight. There's going to be a maximum of 11 changes per team as Jorquera makes a big mistake there, and very nearly handed the ball to Solari. 1 or 2 whistles from the crowd. Nervous moments there for Jorquera, but getting away with it. Just picking up a back pass from Zambrotta. And it was in fact Hernan Crespo with a new short hairstyle who very nearly surprised Jorquera there. 11 changes per team, so that's going to be quite exciting later on. This is Marquez for Barca, finding Touré deep inside the Barca half. Marquez having to run back to chase the return ball. Challenged by Cambiasso there, but he manages to get it up all the way through to Toldo in the Inter Milan goal. This is Chivo for Inter Milan. He was, of course, on the Barca shopping list this summer, but it wasn't to be as Barca signed Argentinian Gabi Milito from Zaragoza, and this man who's about to take a throw in halfway inside the Barca half, Eric Abidal. He finds Marquez, known as the Kaiser, pushing forward, finding Zambrotta. Now Dos Santos, Zambrotta again. Touré Yaya in the middle of the Barca half, plays it back, and this is Abidal making one of his classic runs up the left. He finds Henry. Henry pauses. He's challenged by Fessa. Henry takes it inside. A good run. The Frenchman goes down, and it's another free kick to Barca. And Henry, little by little, seems to be regaining form after having had a difficult season through injury last year. That was quite a strong challenge by Fessa, the Brazilian. Deco standing over this one. It's about 15-20 meters outside the Inter Milan half. Most of Inter inside their penalty area. Marquez has gone up for this. It's a low one from Deco, headed out by Burdisso. Xavi picks up the rebound, finds Marquez, but he can't keep the return pass in, and it'll be a throw-in to Inter Milan. Xavi chasing onto it, winning it well. Touré Yaya now, he's got a chance for a shot, but instead he finds Dos Santos. Still Dos Santos, 2-0, and the young man scored again for Barca. And forgetting perhaps that the Barca players have agreed not to celebrate their goals, you could see the joy on his face, and this man is the jewel in Barca's crown. all of 18 years old, and he stuck that one away in the top corner. 11 minutes gone, and Frank Rijkaard and Eusebio on the Barca bench can't believe that what they've just seen. A lovely little pass from Xavi just into the corner of the box, and with two defenders of the experience of Chibu and Burdisso on him, Giovanni just slipped past them and put the ball away. Absolutely superb. A turn first, paused for a second, and then with his left foot slammed it past Toldo, and that's 2-0 to Barca. And how is Frank Rijkaard going to keep this man out of the Barca first 11? Absolutely superb. The crowd in the Nou Camp are on their feet chanting Giovanni's name, and what a start for Barca. Superb goal from the young ex-Mexican, now Spaniard, and Toldo had no chance with that, and the young man turning in joy after scoring that before cutting himself back, controlling himself, and realizing that tonight there isn't a moment for wild celebrations. Henry goes down again after defeating Feza. He took it past him easily, and the Brazilian was obliged to chop his heel. It'll be another free kick for Barca, and Inter Milan at the moment looking very, very nervous out there, and Barca on electrifying form. All of Inter in the box once again. Ronaldinho's up for this as Deco prepares to take this kick from the left flank. Henry's up, Ronaldinho's up there. Xabi's on the edge of the box. Marquez and Touré Yaya are there as well. Deco prepares to take the kick. Floats it into the middle, and Toldo punches it out. And a challenge there from Oleguer Presas. Looked like dangerous play from Chibu there, but Oleguer finally wins a corner for Barca. And when Barca are on this kind of form, there are very few teams in Europe who can stand up to them. Marquez staying in the box for this corner. Xabi goes over to take it. Dos Santos dummying towards him. Touré Yaya got his header, but he couldn't control it, and that one goes all the way across for a throw into Inter Milan. Touré Yaya, of course, from the Ivory Coast. Looks like a very impressive signing to strengthen up the Barca midfield this season. It was his pass to Giovanni that led to that second goal. And what a superb piece of finishing from the young Mexican, putting the stadium on its feet. And the feeling is that this young lad can really make his name this season. He scored in 5 consecutive games in the pre-season matches in Scotland and the Far East. And coming back for his home debut here in the Nou Camp, after 11 minutes he scored another. This is Marquez now for Barca, midway in their own half. He finds Abidal on the left wing. Abidal controls it, lays it back to Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho finds Henry. Henry looking quite comfortable on the left flank there. Back to Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho playing a little bit of one-touch passing there with Abidal, but it's headed out by Burdisso for Inter Milan. Cambiaso losing that once again. Yaya with the ball just inside Barca's half. Now it's Abidal. Xabi in the centre circle. He finds Marquez. Marquez pushes forward into the Inter half, looking for Ronaldinho, but Feza was there to almost control it. He let it slip, but there was no one there to pick it up, and so Inter Milan with possession of the ball deep inside their own half. And this is Chivu just moving forward now, finding Solari. A long ball forward, looking for Crespo, but easily won in the air by Marquez. Nice run by Yaya. He finds Deco. Deco pushes it wide onto the left for Henry. Henry moving forward again. He's got Abidal beside him. Henry takes it past his man. He's really giving some problems there for Burdisso tonight. It'll be another corner for Barca. And Roberto Mancini on the Inter bench, looking very concerned and a little bit annoyed as the corner's quickly taken, a short one. Floated into the middle, and Yaya's there. A header, a wonderful save from Toldo. And that was very, very nearly Barca's third goal. Yaya Touré rose above the Inter defence and controlled a very powerful header to Toldo's left. It was a great little cross from Deco, and Toldo did very, very well indeed to dive to that and just push it round the far coast. Yet another corner for Barca, and the crowd are really enjoying this. This one is headed out by Solari, and Inter finding it very difficult to get the ball out of defence. That one's floated back in, but Ronaldinho was just caught offside. In fact, the referee giving a throw in there to Inter Milan. And Ronaldinho looking very sharp this evening as Rivas takes the throw. But it's won back straight away by Barca. And that's good play by Deco, taking it well off Pesa there. Deco finding Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho trying to make the return pass, but the pass was intercepted. But once again, Barca in control, with Henry making an attempt there. Finally was challenged by Feza, and it'll be a throw-in to Football Club Barcelona. Barca have signed well this season after being very disappointed not to win the league last year. They tied on points with champions, eventual champions, arch enemies Real Madrid. And although Barca scored 15 goals more than their rivals and received fewer goals, Madrid won because they had a global result in their matches with Barca, 1 goal in favour of Madrid. So Barca terribly disappointed with their result last season. And Rijkaard signed well this summer. Apart from Abidal, Touré and Henry, he's also signed Argentinian left-back Gabi Milito. Fez is out there, pushing down the left, winning a corner off Zambrotta, and Inter Milan through Solari, who's in the corner there, winning a corner, and for their first real attack of the match, Inter Milan winning that corner there. Solari moves over into the box. Crespo's on the far post, and it's going to be Budiso, I think, to take it. Takes a short one across the front of the penalty area, and he goes down. Nothing doing, says the referee. Marquez gains possession of the ball. Mancini's off his bench, but now Ronaldinho with the ball inside the Barca half. He finds Dos Santos. A pass back to Xavi in the centre there. He finds Henry down the left. Once again, Abidal's overlapping. Henry finds Abidal. Still Abidal. Plays it back to Henry. Now this is Deco. Change of pace there from Henry. Tries to chip it over Feza there, but the defender finding it quite easily. The ball a bit loose there, just inside the Inter half. And Touré Aya deemed by the referee of having committed some dangerous play. It's a free kick to Inter, quickly taken. And now Inter just finding it a little bit difficult to get into the Barca half, but this is Solari. He goes down after a challenge from his compatriot Zambrotta, and it's a free kick to Inter Milan, about 3 meters inside Barca's half. And preparing to take it there. It looks to me like it's going to be Solari with the kick. Pausing as Inter push forward, 5 or 6 men on the edge of the Barca box. It's chipped into the front of the penalty area. This is Solari taking it wide down the left. Still Solari, he's challenged by Zambrotta and Xavi wins. So it'll be a throw-in to Inter Milan. The young Catalan midfielder Xavi, who's been playing so well over the last 2 or 3 seasons. Touré wins that well for Barca. Moves forward, he's such a strong, powerful midfielder. A long ball forward down the left. Henry looks like he's going to get onto it. Sliding to keep the ball in play. Henry now taking it past Rivas, but Rivas got a foot to it. It'll be a corner. No, the referee's given the throw in after Henry made that tremendous effort to keep the ball in. The linesman said he didn't quite make it, but I have to say, from my position, it looked as though he just managed to keep the ball in there. The crowd not particularly happy with that decision. A tremendous run by Henry and a tremendous effort to keep the ball in there. And in the end, he felt he'd won a corner, but Ribas looking there at the linesman, and the linesman deciding that it was a throw into Inter Milan. But now it's Barca's ball once again, just inside their half. Deco there playing it back to Oleguer. He plays it sideways to Marquez. Marquez pushes up to find Touré. Touré to Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho in the centre circle, just laying it back there to Xavi. Now it's Touré again. Now Ronaldinho, Xavi again, looking for Dos Santos, but it was nicely intercepted by the Inter defence. And a throw into Barca. Barca pressurising a lot there, and it was Feza who was unable to keep that one in. Ronaldinho with the ball again. He finds Touré. Touré plays it back to Marquez, to Oleguer. Now this is Abidal. Henry. Deco. Inside the Inter half on the left wing. Back to Deco. Still Deco. He finds Xavi, the playmaker. Xavi finds Dos Santos. Dos Santos cuts inside. But this time Ribas took it off him. And there's a chance now for Inter to push forward a little bit, although they choose to move in a backwards direction and to start once again from the defence. Inter Milan, as I said, playing in white this evening, not the Barca crowd's favourite colour, as Feza now loses possession to Xavi, and Marquez starts to build up once again. Xavi to Dos Santos. Dos Santos back inside to Touré Aya. He plays it across to Abidal on the left. We're still deep inside the Barca half. The Italians pressurising a little bit more. Touré finding Ronaldinho right on the centre circle. He plays it wide to Henry. Well controlled by Henry. Back to Deco. Deco now trying on the right. He finds Zambrotta. Zambrotta to Xavi. Barca now knocking the ball around nicely. That's Touré. He plays it wide again to Abidal. They're in no hurry. Now this is Deco with the ball. Back to Touré. And really Barca dominating control of the ball. Deco just losing out there as Ronaldinho tried a little overhead flick, but now the ball won by Inter. But Xavi's back very, very quickly to take the ball off Burdisso. And it looks like Feza's down for Inter. No, it's Pelé, the new signing from Portugal, only signed yesterday. And it'll be a free kick to Inter Milan. As Touré just caught the youngster there, and he recognised indeed that he had fouled Pelé. Big name to live up to for the young Portuguese midfielder. As Inter push forward, looking for Crespo at front, but it was quite easy for Oleguer to intercept. And now once again it's Ribas in defence for Inter Milan. Inter now pushing up down the right. Barca are quick to get back. This is Pelé. And now Burdisso. And Inter finding it difficult to push forward. Barca at the moment maintaining the defensive and midfield line very well. Frank Rijkaard's so keen on them doing this. He wants them to pressurise the opposing team, starting with the front line. Although Barca have such talented forwards, Rijkaard insists that he wants them to work defensively as well. Nice play there from Solari for Inter. We're just inside the Barca area, but Zambrotta was quickly across to intercept, and his clearance is picked up by Henry. Now it's Abidal. There's a nice little touch from Marquez, and Touré Yaya has the ball. Ronaldinho's asking for it and gets it just inside the Inter half. Ronaldinho pushing forward. Giovanni Santos makes a run, but Ronaldinho choosing Deco. He plays it wide to Henry down the left. Now the Frenchman pauses, looks up, plays it back to Deco. Deco wide to Xavi. Xavi looks for a shot just over the top. It was worth a shot from about 25 metres, and although Toldo may have had it covered, it wasn't too far over the top. And a nice flowing move there from Barca, starting all the way in defence, one-touch football, and ending with that shot from Xavi, which went about half a metre over the top of the goal, defended by Toldo. It'll be a goal kick to Inter Milan. That was Burdisso in the centre of the pitch there, winning the ball for Inter. So Inter Milan in possession. This is Ribas, a long ball down the left. And Adriano, he's a tall, big man, but not even he could quite get to that one. It'll be a throw-in to Football Club Barcelona. This is Touré Aya. Struggling a little bit. He was challenged by two of the Inter midfielders, but doing all right and winning the ball. Goes all the way across to Abidal on the left, but the pass from Oleguer was too strong for him and he just couldn't quite pick it up. And we're going to see a throw-in for Inter Milan about halfway inside the Barca half. This is Adriano now for Inter. Adriano finding Burdisso. Burdisso looking for Solari. There's Adriano again just outside the Barcelona box. He's got Solari down the right, but he wants to try a shot, and it's easy enough for Jorquera to block that. The big Brazilian didn't quite get the power behind it that he wanted to. But it's once again, it's Inter's possession now. Just a little bit scrappy there. Some of Jorquera's passing out, perhaps. That one anyway, not being picked up by the Barca midfield. But Marquez now for Barca, playing it nicely to Touré. Good skill from the big man, but he loses possession in the end. Play on, says the referee. We're going to try a shot, and once again Jorquera got down to it. It just slid past his far left-hand post. It's a good attempt, though. The first serious shot on goal that Inter Milan have had so far this afternoon. But Jorquera prepares to take a kick. A goal kick. Now once again, Barca in possession, in defence with Oleguer. He pushes it to Marquez. Marquez finds Touré. Touré to Xavi. Touré moving forward, a long ball forward, looking for Dos Santos. Dos Santos is onto it again, just inside the Inter area. He plays it wide to Xavi, to Deco, I'm sorry. And Deco's return pass, just unable to pick it up, the Mexican there. But very exciting to see how he gets behind the defence. Most of Barca's forwards prefer to receive the ball at their feet, and the great thing about Dos Santos is he likes it in front of him, and that just gives such creative midfielders as Xavi, Deco and Iniesta another option to their creative play. And this young man, certainly a great promise. Here's Ronaldinho in the centre of the pitch. He finds Deco. Deco returns it to Xavi. Xavi finds Ronaldinho just inside the Inter box. Xavi took it past the first defender, Ribas, but Feza just got a foot to it. And it almost went for a corner. It's a Barca throw-in, about 1 metre from the byline. Deco takes it. This is Xavi for Barca. Now Touré, he tries a shot. I'm told I got down to it, but it was a venomous attempt. And finally Toldo getting the ball again. He plays it out of defence. Finds Feza for Inter. He plays it back. And Inter quite happy to slow things down a bit. This is Pelé, a long one out there. Across to the left-hand side as now Adriano picks it up just inside Barca's half. Plays it back to Burdisso. Burdisso again. Feza's pushed up down the left. He's got Adriano just in front of him. He plays it to Crespo. Crespo inside to Burdisso. Barca closing up the lines. That ball's crossed into the centre, but Marquez was able to get it away. Now Deco finds Ronaldinho. A bit of a weak ball perhaps there, and picked up by Solari. Now Burdisso once again. As Inter regain a little bit of control of the ball. A long ball wide for Solari. He's challenged well by Dos Santos, forcing him back. But it's a free kick, says the referee. And Inter losing possession just outside the Barca box. And Henry's making a run for the ball. Henry all the way down the left. He's completely free. Turns inside the Inter area. He's challenged by two defenders, but he still has the ball. Plays it across to Ronaldinho just outside the box. Xavi tries a shot, and it's deflected off Rivas for a corner for Barca. And a very, very quick counter-attack there by Henry. And it was all that Ribas and Feza could do there to stop the Frenchman. Both of them committing what looked like slightly illegal challenges on the Frenchman. The penalty's floated across, it's headed out, but only as far as Xavi and Dos Santos. Good skills by Dos Santos, he finds Touré. Dos Santos again, he's through, tries a shot, and Toldo was off his line like a bullet there and just blocked the shot, but it's still Barca's ball. And it came across to Oleguer, who was on the far post and tried a volley, but put it wide of Toldo's goal. But once again, young Dos Santos getting behind the Italian defence. Once again, the man who gave him the final pass was Touré, and Toldo showing his experience there in the Inter Milan goal with a great block. He was quickly off his line and just stopping Dos Santos from adding his second of the night and Barca's third. Still Barca 2, Inter 0, and we're into the last 5 minutes or so of the first half now, as Inter have possession of the ball just inside Barca's half, down the right. This is Ribas, challenged by Abidal, and Inter once again forced to move in the wrong direction as Burdisso picks it up, and we're back inside the Inter half now. Ribas, a long ball which Solari can't pick up, and it's a throw-in to Football Club Barcelona. A tremendous atmosphere in this stadium as the crowd begin to do the Mexican wave. As I said, this is of course Barca's traditional pre-season party where the new signings are presented to the crowd. And although the players aren't always completely happy when the crowd begin the wave, the players love it. Great atmosphere here tonight. Barca with the ball now, inside Inter half. Xavi just losing out. Inter have a chance for a break here. But there's a great run from Zambrotta. What a fantastic defender this man is. He plays it to Xavi, and Zambrotta still now inside the Inter half. He finds Dos Santos. Dos Santos cusses inside. Finds Ronaldinho, then Xavi. Now Ronaldinho again. Again Xavi. Now Deco. And Abidal. 30 metres into the Inter half, down the left-hand flank. This is Henry. Henry looking very sharp tonight. Takes it past three before finally he's brought down by Ribas for a free kick about 2 metres outside the Inter Milan penalty area. Having taken it past 3 or 4 defenders with one of those typical elegant runs of his. Just taking it past one challenge after another before giving Ribas no alternative but to bring him down. So it's a free kick to Barca. And guess who's standing over the ball? It's Ronaldinho. Toldo setting up the wall. Ronaldinho steps back, the crowd on their feet. It's just at the right angle for Ronaldinho, and Toldo punching it away. It was on target, and Toldo got down well to it. One of the best goalkeepers in the world, of course. And Ronaldinho just unable to surprise him that time, but he hit it hard and he hit it well. And he brought out the best in Toldo with that save. As once again, Barca with the ball through Touré Yaya. Now Ronaldinho, halfway inside Inter Milan's half. This is Deco, nice skill, lovely turn from the Portuguese. He goes down, and it's another free kick to Barca. But Burdisso brought him down there, and Pelé just added a second little touch on his heel to make sure that he stayed down. But all of Barca's players looking on really top form tonight. Obviously wanting to impress the fans here. As we near the end of the first half, this is Touré Yaya for Barca, just inside the Inter half, but he plays it back to Oleguer, who finds Marquez. Marquez, a long ball wide, looking for Abidal. Inside their own half now. Now this is Deco to Touré Yaya. Inside the centre circle, he pushes it forward to Xavi. Xavi plays a long wide ball for Zambrotta, who's steaming down the right. He gets it into the middle. Nobody can pick it up, but Deco's got it just outside the Inter penalty area. He plays it back to Abidal. Abidal finds Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho to Touré. Touré tries a shot. 3-0. What a superb goal from 30 metres. Touré Yaya, his first goal with the Barca shirt. And what a superb thunderbolt from the Ivory Coast midfielder, giving Toldo absolutely no chance. He saw the space, he saw the option, and he didn't think twice. 3-0 to Touré, and what a superb goal for Barca to go 3-0 up. Touré Yaya, what an amazing shot from all of 25 or 30 metres into the right-hand corner, and by the time Toldo had got halfway through his dive, the ball was bulging out the back of the net. And the No Camp fans enjoying this display from Barca tremendously well. What a cracker from Touré Yaya. And he did remember not to celebrate the goal, but the fans are celebrating it, chanting his name. That's a lovely start for him, playing in front of the No Camp fans. As Inter win a throw-in halfway inside the Barca half, and they're facing an uphill struggle now. Barca looking absolutely lethal as Cambiasso, a long ball down the left. It's won by Feza. He tries to take it inside Marquez, and Marquez managing to block him, as now Frank Rijkaard gets some of the players off the bench to warm up. Eto'o's warming up, Iniesta, Victor Valdez, the #1 choice goalkeeper, as Xavi goes down halfway inside the Barca half, and it's another free kick to Football Club Barcelona. Here's Abidal for Barca now. He finds Deco. Deco playing it wide to Giovanni Dos Santos. Dos Santos pretty much alone down the right there, plays it back to Xavi. Xavi, a long ball to the left wing, looking for Abidal, who controls it well, plays it inside to Henry, does a little dummy over the top of the ball, but his companions unable to read his intentions, and Inter Milan pick up possession of the ball again just outside the penalty area as Barca move the lines back again. Now Solari just gets inside the Barca half, and Dos Santos brings him down. It's a free kick to Inter Milan. A tremendous atmosphere here in this practically full No Camp stadium, as Adriano there just lets the ball go past, and Ronaldinho picks it up again for Barca. He finds Henry. Henry, a lovely pass to Dos Santos. Dos Santos breaking down the right. Just cuts inside, stops and pauses, and plays it back to Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho to Xavi. Xavi back to Ronaldinho. Touré Yaya once again. He's got Abidal on his left, but he chooses Deco instead. Deco to Xavi. Zambrotta makes a run down the right, but instead it's Giovanni Dos Santos who plays it back to Xavi. Barca looking for a way through this packed, experienced Italian defence. Now it's Zambrotta playing it all the way back to Marquez, and Barca will start the build-up once again with Touré Yaya inside the centre circle. He finds Deco. Deco plays it wide to Zambrotta, supported by Xavi. Xavi finds Dos Santos. Dos Santos to Touré Yaya. He finds Deco again. Barca knocking the ball around in such a lovely style now. Unfortunately, Ronaldinho lost that one, but Giovanni picked it up quickly. Now it's Touré, challenged by Cambiasso, but he finds Deco. The crowd are loving this. They call it triangulation down here, and that's what Barca are doing. This is Xavi now, outside Zambrotta, gets into the area, tries a shot, and Toldo got down and got a hand to it. But Zambrotta forcing a corner there from his companion in the Italian national side, Toldo. And Barca really dominating this match, making it look so easy, and the crowd are loving this. The corner's quickly taken, it's a short one. Henry picks it up, moves inside the box nicely, gets it into the middle, but a despairing dive by Solari, and a shot took a rebound, and Toldo, with all his reflexes, just managing to stop that one from sneaking past him for the fourth. It was Oleguer Presas, the left back, whose shot bounced off an Italian knee and very nearly surprised Toldo. A powerful shot. Great save from the Italian. Surely that ball went out for a corner. No, says the referee, and gives a free kick now to Inter Milan. A foul by Touré just inside the Inter half. And Inter now begin to push forward, seeing if they can salvage something. This is Adriano down the left, well challenged by Zambrotta. Adriano got the ball into the centre. He got past both Zambrotta and Marquez, and a nice left-footed cross curled into the middle. But Oleguer was there to clear it, and it'll be a corner for Inter Milan, their second corner of the match. Crespo on the far post with a slightly concerned look on his face. That one aimed at the far post, but just curled wide for a goal kick. But Adriano demonstrating what a great class player he is there, and a nice ball into the centre. Unfortunately for him, none of his teammates could get onto it, but the big man has a velvet foot for someone his size and of his power. And the Barca fans really enjoying themselves out there this evening. And as I said, the shadow laying over this match of that tragic news about Antonio Puerta's death yesterday, not stopping the Barca fans from enjoying this footballing feast out there this afternoon. Now this is Xavi for Barca, just inside his own half. He pauses, looks up, and plays the ball to Deco. Deco, a long, high pass, looking for Dos Santos, but it goes back to Toldo. The Barca fans claiming that that was a back pass. The referee letting it go. As Solari now tries to find a solution, forced to go backwards. This is Chivu. Now Ribas. Ribas still for Inter Milan. And Barca's midfield pressure making it difficult for the Italians. Now it's Solari down the left. Still Solari, but Xavi quick to pick that one up, and now Xavi's got Ronaldinho in the centre. Henry's making a run. Ronaldinho straight towards the penalty area. Ribas got a foot to it. Deco picks it up, finds Xavi. Deco goes down, and play on, says the referee, as Deco picks himself up. Now Ronaldinho's got the ball, about 30 metres out from the Inter penalty area. Now Xavi. And the referee blows for half-time. What a superb 45 minutes of football. Barcelona 3, Inter Milan 0, and the crowd on their feet to applaud this 11 that Frank Rijkaard has chosen to play the first half with. We'll be expecting many changes on both teams at half-time, but the first 11 that Rijkaard put out there this evening doing a tremendous job, as Ronaldinho and his compatriot Adriano leave the pitch together. Welcome back to Nou Camp for the second half of this, the 42nd Gamper Trophy. And after a wonderful first 45 minutes, it's Football Club Barcelona 3, Inter Milan 0. Special welcome back to those listeners of Radio Barca on www.fcbarcelona.cat. And one or two changes that Frank Rijkaard's made at half-time. Leo Messi has come on, the young Argentinian who's caused such a sensation over the last year or two here in Can Barça. Also, another Argentinian, Gabi Milito. He finds his debut for Football Club Barcelona at left back. And the Brazilian defender Silvinho has also come on. We'll be bringing you more changes in the Inter Milan team as we're notified of them. A tremendous atmosphere here in the Nou Camp this evening. Very hot and humid night, but people enjoying the spectacle that Football Club Barcelona have been putting on for them for the first 45 minutes. Absolutely packed full, the Barca stadium. Victor Valdez has come on in goal this second half, and Samuel Eto'o is on the field as well. So, with a different lineup, but presumably with the same Barca style that Rijkaard has managed to impose on this team over the last 4 seasons, we start the second half. Samuel Eto'o on the left, nice ball inside very quickly to Iniesta, who's another change in the first 45 minutes. Ribas picks the ball up for Inter Milan. They get the ball out of defence, only as far as Touré. Iniesta picks it up, but strongly challenged by 3 of the Inter Milan midfielders there, and winning a free kick for Barca just inside the Inter half. Andres Iniesta has really forced his way into this team over the last 2 seasons. Very, very talented, creative midfielder. This is Messi getting his first touch, just losing out to Cambiasso for Inter Milan. And Inter Milan through Cambiasso, letting that one go through to Chibo. And a long ball towards Adriano, but picked up nicely by Gabi Milito. His first touch for Barca. It's a long clearance, picked up by the Inter defence. This is Messi again, just inside the Inter half. Now Eto'o. Combining there nicely with Oleguer. Eto'o back to Andres Iniesta. Iniesta playing it wide. Now this is Henry down the left. Cuts inside nicely. Henry, what a great match he's having. He finds Eto'o in the middle. Eto'o again. A nice little combination between Eto'o and Henry. Eto'o's in the box, alone in front of Toldo. A superb combination with Henry, and when he found himself in a one-to-one situation with Toldo, he just slid it wide, and Eto'o, looking to have hurt himself, holding his right hip there. Frank Rijkaard with a worried look on his face. We really don't want this man to injure himself in what is after all a pre-season friendly. Eto'o still down, holding his right hip, and that would be very bad news for Frank Rijkaard, one of the 4 fantastic forwards that Barca have lined up for this season. And the doctor and the massage man are on the pitch. A superb combination. First, Deco played it to Eto'o. Eto'o picking up a lovely little 1-2 with Henry, who gave a back flick to the Barca's forwards. Eto'o burst through between 2 of the Inter Milan defenders there, was all alone in front of Toldo, just slid it past Toldo's far post and then stayed down. And that's tremendously bad news. Let's hope Eto'o's okay. It was a tremendous piece of skill to burst through, and when he found himself with only Toldo to beat, just sliding it wide, obviously made some kind of gesture there that just might have made some kind of muscular problem for him. Eto'o limps off, but he's on his 2 feet. And here we are on Radio Barca, continuing now with the ball in possession of Inter Milan. A long ball forward towards Adriano. It's easily won by the Barca defence, and this is Gabi Milito once again. Pauses, looks up, and a slightly wide ball there that was just too far for Oleguer to catch. Eto'o trying to get back on the playing field, so it might not be so serious, but he's definitely limping a little bit as the ball goes through to first choice goalkeeper Victor Valdez. And Barca fans remembering Eto's 7 months injury that he suffered last season, and he's found it difficult to regain his form since then, as Touré, Yaya and Adriano, two of the biggest, toughest looking men on the pitch, have a little bit of a argy-bargy situation there. They both went down. They both then got up with snarling looks on their faces, but ended up smiling, and Eto's gone off. Frank Rijkaard, after chatting to his star number 9, deciding that he can't continue. Inter Milan now it is, pushing forward down the left into Barca's half. Good counter-attack from them. This is Jimenez. Pelé's gone off, it seems. Is now a chance for Inter, flicking it over the top of Victor Valdez's goal, and it's going to be Motta, Thiago Motta, coming on in place of Samuel Eto'o. The first chance there for Inter in this second half. Frank Rijkaard had a long chat with Samuel Eto'o. Eto'o seemed to want to get back on the pitch, and Rijkaard telling him to take it easy. It's not the most important match of the season for him. He doesn't have to force the machine too much. He very, very, very nearly stuck that chance away, though, and very disappointing that for Samuel Eto'o. But Thiago Motta, he's on the field now. This could well be his final performance for Barca tonight, as there's been a lot of interest for him. He's officially on the transfer list. Interest from the Premier League and also from Italy. It seems Motta's interest is perhaps Rome in the Italian Calcio. But at the moment he's still a Barca player, as Inter through Ribas, pushing down the left flank, but a good challenge by Leo Messi there, winning possession. Feza it was, in fact, for Inter. He's staying down. The referee pausing the match for a moment as Feza agonises on the floor deep inside the Barca half. But it was a clean challenge by the young Argentinian Messi. Feza, however, holding his shin, and the referee allowing the Inter massage man and doctor to come on. Messi sportingly going over to see if Feza's okay. And none of these players wanting to take too many risks tonight. Frank Rijkaard out there giving instructions to Thierry Henry. What a great first half he had. And especially what a great first half young Giovanni Dos Santos had in his home debut here in front of the Barca fans in the Nou Camp, full to the rafters with 92,000 fans this evening. Giovanni, of course, winning the penalty which led to Ronaldinho's first goal and scoring Barca's second himself. A dream debut for him. As Inter win a throw-in deep inside the Barca half, but the referee pausing the game, I think, for another change. No, it's to ask Thiago Motta to take off his Uncle Ray-style earrings. Motta, the half Italian, half Brazilian, he's been in the Barca squad for the last 9 years, starting, of course, in the youth team. As Inter Milan win a free kick about 15 meters outside the Barca penalty area. Challenged by Gabi Milito on Adriano. It's actually a bit nearer than that. It's about 5 meters outside the box. A two-man wall. Adriano in the middle, trying a shot. And Valdez got down well to stop it. It was Solari with the shot. And Victor Valdez showing once again what a secure pair of hands he has. As Barca, through Motta, who was looking for Henry, give the possession away to Toldo in the Inter Milan goal. A long, low, swerving shot to Victor Valdez's left-hand post there from the free kick by Solari, and the young Catalan goalkeeper did well to get down to it. Now possession for Inter Milan, just inside their own half. Foul by Deco on Attila. Quickly taken by Inter, looking for Adriano, but Milito did very well. And now once again it's Barca through Deco. Now this is Henry just inside the Barca half, supported by Touré Yaya, who had such a great first half and had such a great pre-season, really impressed in all those pre-season matches. And Yaya goes down, challenged there by the Inter Milan number 9, who is Julio Cruz. Henry once again with the ball, passing it back. Now this is Deco again for Barca. Touré Yaya inside the semicircle, inside the centre circle. He finds Motta. Motta plays it out to the right. This is Messi, cuts inside, Motta again, Iniesta, Messi breaks through, still Messi on the run, gets it into Iniesta inside the box, Iniesta, 4-0, what a superb goal, Leo Messi and Andres Iniesta, what a pairing, and President Laporta in the box with a grin from ear to ear, and an absolutely superb run from Leo Messi, just cutting diagonally inside, going past about 4 Italian defenders, seeing Iniesta supporting him on the right, and just when he got to the edge of the box, slipping it to Iniesta, who took it past the final 2 defenders and stuck it past Toldo. Football Club Barcelona 4, Inter 0. What a display, what a performance, and the fans are loving this. A great run from the little Argentinian, and a great dummy from Andres Iniesta, who completely threw Toldo in the wrong direction before chipping it over his head. Great skills from Andres Iniesta, and if he can start scoring goals of that quality, then Barca really are going to have a very, very happy season indeed. Barca looking absolutely on top of the world at the moment. Barca 4, Inter Milan 0, as Touré Yaya with the possession finds Messi once again, a big cheer for him. Messi cuts inside, ole ole Leo, the crowd singing. Long ball from Deco to Iniesta now on the left. Iniesta looking for Messi again. Messi picks it up inside the box, but he's strongly challenged there by Feza. Messi holds on to it. He finds Iniesta. Iniesta plays it back to Deco. Deco, lovely control, but brought down, and it'll be a free kick to Barca. And really, they're looking on electrifying form this evening. Here's Deco now for Barca. He plays it back towards Touré Yaya, just inside the Inter half. Now it's Motta. Deco again. Deco's got Henry supporting him. Henry's moved over to the right now. Still Henry. He's got Silvinho on the right. He takes it inside. Now Henry gets inside the box. And Henry finally just losing possession there. And this is a chance for Adriano inside the Barca box. He's got Milito in front of him and Silvinho there. And finally Adriano forced to take the ball all the way back. And Luis Jimenez picks the ball up now. And Inter finding it difficult to get past this Barca defence. And the ball now back in their own half. But Inter still with the possession. This is the Chile forward Jimenez. Still Jimenez. Crosses into the middle, well headed out by Milito. And that's won by Messi. What an electrifying player, Leo Messi. That's a long, beautiful ball forward to Motta. He just couldn't keep it in. And unfortunately, that one, bringing 1 or 2 whistles from the crowd here, as Motta allowing that one to go out for an Inter throw-in. But Leo Messi, obviously, he's seen Giovanni Dos Santos' performance in the first half, and he said, hang on a minute, I've got 1 or 2 tricks in my boots as well. As Inter Milan with a long ball forward into no man's land, and Victor Valdez just comfortably watching that one cross the byline. It'll be a goal kick to Football Club Barcelona. Frank Rijkaard constantly off his bench, giving instructions to his players. Mancini about to bring on Recoba now, one of his star forwards, of course. And looks like Crespo's going off, so it's Recoba for Crespo. Obviously, although this isn't the first 11 Inter Milan team, all of the star players are there, with the exception of Luis Figo. Would have been great to welcome him back to Can Barça this evening, but Mancini choosing not to bring him on the trip to Barcelona this evening, as Barca once again push forward into the Inter Milan half. This is Leo Messi on the right. Lovely little ball to Henry. Henry challenged there, but winning a throw, no. They keep the ball in. Malufi it was who won it. Henry goes down, and it's finally a free kick to Inter Milan, just on the corner of the left-hand corner of the Inter Milan half. And Inter Milan once again starting to push forward, but that one's won by Iniesta. No, he's just losing possession there, and Inter Milan now through Rivas in just inside their half. They're playing the ball backwards again, and Barca's front line and also their midfield putting a lot of pressure on the Inter defence, making it very difficult for them to find a way to get the ball to their forwards. That's a long one forward. It's chased by Malufi, and it goes through to Victor Valdez. Barca 4, Inter Milan 0. We're watching on Barca TV International or listening on Radio Barca, fcbarcelona.cat, to the 42nd Gamper Trophy. And the atmosphere here in the Nou Camp really is a festive one now, as Barca, despite the rather sad circumstances surrounding today's football, have made the crowd forget about everything except for this wonderful performance. As now Toldo, the first choice Inter Milan goalkeeper, is being replaced, and he's going to be replaced by Julio Cesar, the second choice goalkeeper for Inter Milan. Nice round of applause for Toldo. Not so many years ago he was spoken of as being in Football Club Barcelona's orbit. Never came to be. And Leo Messi now prepares to take a free kick for Barca. It's in fact Enrico, the third choice goalkeeper, who's come on instead of Toldo. As Barca with possession of the ball through Thuram in defence. Another one of the changes that Rijkaard made at half-time. Lilian Thuram now. He finds Deco to Touré Yaya. Nice run by Touré, but hustled off the ball, and it'll be a free kick to Barca, about 20 metres inside the Inter Milan half. And what a tremendous atmosphere in this Nou Camp now, as the big midfielder from the Ivory Coast made a 20-metre run there. Only ended when he was fouled, and Barca once again with possession through Leo Messi. Nice little interchange with Motta, but Messi failing to pick up the return pass, but Messi straight back in to challenge and win the ball back, although it's going to be a foul, says the referee. So a foul on Malufi by Oleguer, in fact it was. This is Tina now for Inter. He slips. Gabi Milito's quickly across there. And Balotelli there, the big number 45 for Inter Milan, winning a throw-in. It's a throw-in on the 20 metres from the byline, but cleared by Milito. So stopped by his by Bulisso there, winning the ball back for Inter. Rivas again, looking for Attila. Recoba there, just losing out to Torre Yaya. Such a big pillar there in front of the Barca defence. This is Deco now. Deco finding Leo Messi on the right. When Messi gets a bit of space and starts a run, it's very difficult to take the ball off him. But he just lost out there to Malufi. Now this is Cambiasso. Attila. Back to Malufi. And Inter with the opportunity to get the ball just into the Barca half. Nice turn there from Balotelli, but won back by the Barca defence. And Marc Crosas prepares, the young Catalan player who's been given minutes in this pre-season by Frank Rijkaard. Usually, of course, a member of the Barca B squad, but Rijkaard very keen to get his young Catalan youth players experience in the first team. As an Inter forward, it's Solari goes down. Play on, says the ref, but Solari agonising there on the turf of the Nou Camp. Barca sportingly kicking the ball out to allow for Solari to be attended to. And if Frank Rijkaard was looking for an improved performance tonight after Barca's opening 0-0 draw in the league in Santander on Sunday, well, he'll be very, very satisfied indeed with what the Barca boys have been doing this evening. Just seeing the repetition there of Oleguer's challenge on Solari, and just catching his heel there as Rijkaard makes the change. Cruzas coming on, and a lot of applause for Touré Yaya, who's the man who goes off. He can be very happy indeed with his home debut in front of the very demanding Catalan crowd, and they've had a very, very, very positive first impression of this big central midfielder. Seems like one of Frank Rijkaard's very good buys this summer. Solari now limping off to be attended to. He did get a bit of a knock on his heel there. And the people of Barca very happy indeed with what they're seeing here this evening, as Inter Milan knock the ball back to Barca, to Lilian Thuram, who of course played for so many years in the Calcio. Leo Messi winning a throw-in on the right-hand side, just inside the Inter Milan half. It's taken by Oleguer. And Deco now with the ball, cuts inside, finds Milito playing it wide to Henry. Now Andres Iniesta. This is Milito again. No, it's not, it's Motta. Long wide ball to Messi. Messi picking it up now, cutting inside, keeping the ball almost tied to his boots. Challenged by Cambiasso, but Messi plays it wide. That's a good ball. And now Silvinho, nice run from the Brazilian, but his final ball was intercepted by Malufi. This is Balotelli for Inter, but Gabi Milito's quick to get across. And Andres Iniesta picks it up as Solari obviously has decided he's not going to carry on, limping off a little bit. It was an unfortunate challenge there, as Oleguer actually won the ball off him, but then just his foot caught Solari's heel. Now it's Andres Iniesta for Barca. He plays it to Messi. Messi cuts inside, plays it wide for Henry. Henry's in plenty of time, just gets inside the Inter Milan box, plays it to Andres Iniesta. Still Iniesta. Iniesta goes down. Is it another penalty? It looked to me like it could have been one. Andres Iniesta causing all sorts of difficulties for the Inter Milan defence. This time the refs decided that it's not a penalty, and a lovely little exchange there. Henry playing a Michael Laudrup style pass, looking one way, passing it the other, Iniesta controlling the ball well, taking it past 2 defenders before going down. But play on, says the ref. This is Henry now for Barca. It's a good run from him down the left, but he goes down to a strong challenge from Ribas, and it's a free kick to Football Club Barcelona. Henry just having a word with the referee there. Quite a strong challenge there by Ribas, but really the Inter Milan defence being caused all kinds of problems by Barca's thrillingly creative attack this evening. Henry's having a scorcher of the game. This is Deco now, tries a shot from outside the box, and how did that miss? Alfonso Enrico, the young reserve goalkeeper, blocking the ball, then somehow losing it. It slipped out his hands, bounced off one shoulder, then off another, and then agonisingly over the top of the goal. A quickly taken corner from Barca into the middle, and the header finally there, just sliding past the goal. It was Gabi Milito who got his head to it. He has a rueful grin as he realises how close he was to scoring on his debut for Barca, but it's another corner, quickly taken again by Deco, a short corner, lovely little flick, and that one's in the middle, and Henry tries an amazing shot with his back heel, I think it was. It was a lovely cross from the Brazilian Silvinho, and how Henry managed to get his heel to it, I don't know. A superb back heel pass from Deco, quickly picked up by Silvinho, who crosses a first-time left-footed volley by Henry, and it was about 2 inches wide of the Inter Milan goal. And Barca now are having chance after chance. We haven't seen the statistics up on the screen, but I'd estimated at 20 opportunities on goal so far this match. As Oleguer wins a throw-in for Barca just inside their own half. Plays to Crossas, now to Mota. Mota finds Deco. Nice little touch from Deco towards Iniesta, but well intercepted by Malufi. And Barca once more pick the ball up. This is Gabi Milito winning it. Now Henry has got Messi to his right. Still Henry finds Messi. Messi stands on the ball, waits before he begins his run, plays it out to Iniesta on the left. Iniesta supported by Silvinho. Silvinho back to Iniesta. Deco, Iniesta again. Now this is Mota. Mota pushes forward now. There's Messi again. A lovely little turn by Messi. Down to his left now. Here's Deco. Deco tries a little strange kind of back flick cross. I think Barca now deciding they can give the fans something to cheer about. On this occasion it didn't work. And there's another Inter player on the ground. The match has been stopped again. Deco having words, I think we can say, with the Inter defender. I must say, from our position here, we couldn't actually see that incident. But there's really no need for that. It was Iniesta, in fact, the challenge there. And unfortunately, the reserve Inter player went down. And I think the words that were exchanged between Deco and I think Rivas for Inter, was regarding the fact that maybe the experienced Inter defender felt that Deco was perhaps showing off a little bit, and they are playing against top quality. It was Burdisso, of course, smiling finally and shaking hands with Deco. So they've kissed and made up, which is good, but the experienced Burdisso perhaps thinking that Deco was maybe taking the mickey a little bit there with that cheeky bit of skill, which at the end of the day didn't come off for him. But Inter Milan are a very, very experienced team with a great tradition. 2 times winners of the European Cup, the same as their host this evening, Football Club Barcelona. Many similarities between the 2 teams, in fact, in terms of the titles they've won. As Henry picks this up, one down the left. cuts inside, gets it into the Inter Milan box, but Rivas challenged him, and finally that one going through to Enrico, the Inter Milan goalkeeper, as Cambiasso plays the ball out to Chibu. This is Cambiasso again. And now Inter getting the ball into Barca's half. Recoba now for Inter Milan. Recoba still, but that's well won by Marc Crossas. Finally the challenge by Bellatelli, winning a throw-in for Inter Milan. But as I was saying, these two teams sharing a very similar history. Barca have won, of course, 18 Spanish leagues, Inter have won 15, and they both have 2 European Cups. This is Recoba now for Inter Milan. Fatik now, returning the ball to Cambiasso. Ribas on the left, crosses into the centre. Now Attila inside the area, but it's well won by Silvinho, very well played by him after Gabi Milito managed to get his head to the cross. Milito now with the ball. Now Deco. Deco to Crossas. Barca quick to get the ball into the Inter half. This is Leo Messi now, supported by Andres Iniesta, but he plays it to Motta. Now Iniesta. And live here from the No Camp on Radio Barca and Barca TV International, the 42nd Gamper Trophy, the second half. Barca 4, Inter Milan 0, as Messi finds Motta. Messi again, cuts inside, strongly challenged by Cambiasso. Messi goes down and wins a free kick as the crowd begin the Mexican wave once again. Now this is Andres Iniesta. Deco looking for Henry, intercepted by Jimenez. Well won again then by Deco. Now Henry just gets inside the box. Now it's Deco again. Now Henry's got a bit of space. Henry just takes it past Rivas, but lost control at the last moment, and the ball going over for a goal kick to Inter Milan. But Barca now thrilling the fans, and although most players will tell you they're not too impressed with this Mexican wave, seeing it being performed here in the 92,000-seater Camp Nou on this August evening, very, very hot August night, it's a thrilling spectacle. As Inter Milan now push forward down the right through Attila. He finally loses out to Gabi Milito, who is quickly across there to win that one back. Now Motta, now Silvinho, Iniesta, now Motta. Plays it to Henry, who plays it all the way back to Crossas. Barca now holding the ball nicely. This is Iniesta, plays it wide to Messi, who's moved over to the left. Silvinho overlapping. The Brazilian left back being forced to slow down right by Ribas, but Messi gets on another run. There's Silvinho, back to Messi. Messi's in the box, he has to slow. He's still supported by Silvinho. Still Messi, plays it wide now. This is Crossas, playing it wide to a great run there down the right. And the shot in the end was by Motta, just catching by Oleguer, I beg your pardon, and just catching an interception off one of the Inter Milan defence. It's another corner to Barca. How quick they are to change from defence to attack, and Inter Milan, one has to say, struggling out there this evening as Barca prepares to take the kick. This time it's Deco going across to take it. He says it's going to be a long one. Barca do have a tendency to play short corners, but it's a long one towards Henry, and then it's Motta who gets there and heads it into the back of the net. 5-0 to Barca. And how nice for Thiago Motta to get his name on that score sheet. A great corner from Deco. The Inter Milan defence somewhat demoralised by this stage of the proceedings, and Motta rising up there to head the ball into the back of the net. Barca 5, Inter Milan 0, minute 78. And Frank Rijkaard, a lovely gesture there off the bench to congratulate the Italo-Brazilian Motta. He's been so many years in Barca. He'll have very mixed feelings about this match, as it may well be his final performance for Barca. Plenty of teams, as I said before, both in the Premier League and in Italy, are very, very interested in the possibility of signing him. He really is a very talented midfield player, and as he demonstrated there, a tall, strong, powerful man who, when he gets up, is a very good header of the ball. Barca 5, Inter Milan 0. What a Gamper trophy this is turning out to be. Barca taking what could have been a very, very unhappy night for football and making it something special. As Henry losing the ball there, it'll be a throw-in to Inter Milan. But really, it's difficult to choose any one Barca player. If you think of how well Henry's played, Leo Messi, absolutely electrifying form. Giovanni Dos Santos. Eto'o was very unfortunate. Deco's had a great game. Andres Iniesta's having a great second half. Touré Yaya looked so impressive. And really, Barca midfield and up front are a frightening prospect for any team in the world. This is Henry now. He's got Motta looking for the ball inside him. Henry tries a shot, but couldn't quite get the power behind it. It was easily picked up by Enrico Alfonso, the Inter goalkeeper. But once again, Barca winning possession back very quickly. This is Motta to Crossas, back to Motta. Motta looking for the best chance. He's plays it out to the right. Now Crossas. Crossas, a long ball towards Iniesta. Good ball from Crossas. Iniesta, good control. Deco plays it back to Iniesta. Iniesta in the box yet again. This time he just has to pause. Plays it back to Henry. Henry now pausing. Looks for Messi, but Cambiasso was able to intercept. And Cambiasso getting the ball out towards Chivu there, but it's all the way back to Victor Valdez in the Barca goal. And really, the Barca defence haven't had too much work to do this evening, as once again Barca in possession of the ball. And Silvinho goes down, a strong challenge there by Balotelli. And Deco winning a free kick. Balotelli, I apologise. Now here's Diego Motta, plays it back to Lilian Thuram. This is Deco. He's been looking very impressive tonight. A long ball down the left to Iniesta, and Iniesta receiving a very, very unpleasant looking challenge there from Ribas. Goes down clutching his face, and that just demonstrating a little bit the frustration that the Inter Milan defence are feeling. It's not a happy experience for them out there tonight. You have to feel a little sorry for Ribas, but really, as he gets a yellow card there, the first one of the night, a little bit unnecessary, that body check on Andres Iniesta with the shoulder there. And Andres Iniesta goes down and stays down, but he's been causing all sorts of problems for the big Colombian defender. And perhaps that's the only way to stop him. And it looks as though Iniesta might have a two-sleuth there. And certainly that's quite genuine pain on his face. And Ribas apologising, and a very depressed look on his face. He's had a tough time of it out there tonight, as have this whole Inter defence, the whole Inter team. Fortunately, Andres Iniesta's up, and there's going to be a free kick to Football Club Barcelona. A lot of work out there for the Barca doctor this evening, as the kick It's going to be Deco to take it. It's about 10 metres to the left of the Inter penalty. Into the middle by Deco, but straight into the hands of Enrico Alfonso. And so a brief reprise for Inter Milan. Reprieve is of course the word. Andres Iniesta comes back on, so nothing too serious there as Cambiasso controls the ball for Inter Milan. Just getting inside the Barca half and losing possession once again. It's a throw into Football Club Barcelona as Balotelli was unable to control that one. And the 42nd Gamper Trophy very clearly has one club who are going to win it tonight, and that's Football Club Barcelona, as once again Andres Iniesta breaks down the left. Once again he goes down from a strong challenge from Ribas, and the crowd demonstrating vociferously their disapproval of the Colombian defenders' tactics. But the look on Ribas's face, absolutely clear. He's saying to Andres Iniesta, you're not going to get past me again. As Pedrelli comes on now, the Inter Milan number 43, in place of Feza. This is Deco now for Barca. And maybe, to be fair on Iniesta, Barca should try and find an attack down the right. Motta now for Barca. Passes it to Messi. Messi in the middle of the centre circle. Motta again. Nice little combination with Messi. Here's Messi still. Messi pauses. Still Messi. Good run by him. Picked up by Iniesta. Messi gets back onto it. Finds Motta. And just couldn't get to the return pass there, Messi. As the Inter defence now beginning to close down Barca attacks with one or two slightly rugged challenges there. A little bit of a kick on Marc Rosas there. And I think the pride of Inter Milan now speaking out for itself. They don't really want to receive too much more humiliation tonight. This is Deco again for Barca. Now Henry, who's gone down the left. Iniesta overlapping. Still Henry. This is Deco. Messi, but well intercepted by Cambiasso there. Messi challenging strongly, but a free kick to Inter Milan, says the referee. Cambiasso has been having a good night out there tonight, taking all things into account. He's looked by far the strongest member of this Inter team. Yet another change for Inter Milan. Chivu now coming off to be replaced by the number 47, I think it is. Chivu, who was very much in Barca's orbit over this summer. A lot of talk in the local press about the possibility of signing him. But it wasn't to be, and Enrique Abidal came, as did Gabi Milito, and who can say that they were the wrong decisions? It's Filippini who's coming on now, the 18-year-old from the Inter Milan reserve team. Roberto Mancini in this second half, giving various of his reserve team youngsters a chance. Balotelli, the other example there, just losing control of that one. It's a throw into Barca as we get into the closing minutes of this 42nd Gamper Trophy. Iniesta now playing the ball into the centre. This is Gabi Milito to Silvinho. Now Deco back to Silvinho. Milito again. Deco again. And I think Barca will be quite happy just to knock the ball around now to close this match down. This is Oleguer on the right. Now Marc Rosas. Messi to Motta. Messi again. These two combine well in midfield. Now Deco. Motta again. Lovely one-touch stuff. Now Messi gets towards the area, but a strong challenge there by Ribas, and the ball rebounding over Oleguer's head. He's lost his balance, and it's a Barca throw. Messi running over to offer his support. Oleguer takes the throw all the way back to Rosas. This is Iniesta. Motta. Lilian Thuram.
And Cambiasso once again being able to intercept that and try to get it away, but the ball finally going through to Gabi Milito. And Motta once again in the centre of the pitch with all the time in the world, stops, turns and plays an easy, relaxed pass back to the veteran Lilian Thuram. Now this is Deco. Motta, Deco again. And Barca enjoying themselves out there. This is Messi. Lovely little turn from Messi. Turns back inside, challenged by Filippini, but plays it off to Motta, back to Deco, now Iniesta. And Barca just putting this one to bed now. Putting the match to sleep here on Barca TV International, or alternatively on Radio Barca, www.fcbarcelona.cat. Don't forget as well that on Sunday you can hear our live English commentary, Sunday's league match, live here from the Nou Camp as Barca face Athletic Club de Bilbao. The referee blows for the end of this 42nd Gamper Trophy. Football Club Barcelona 5, Inter Milan 0, and 92,000 people here in the Nou Camp on their feet, the claxons wailing, applauding this superb performance by Football Club Barcelona. It's only a friendly, but when two teams of this quality and this tradition face themselves, things are never that friendly, and nobody wants to receive 5 goals in a match like this. But Barca's midfield and attack looking absolutely devastating, if you're facing them, that is, of course, and very, very exciting indeed for the Barca fans. Deco having exchanged shirts there with Crespo, and a great performance from the Portuguese midfielder. He'll be delighted with that. Henry congratulating Messi, a superb performance from Henry.